Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Khysage here, bringing you back another video. Now, if you want to just see the tier list, I'll have a timestamp below. I do have a few things that I need to get out of the way in terms of explanation-wise, so if you don't want to hear that, feel free to click on ahead and go to the timestamp of when the tier list will start. If not, then continue listening. So I am Khyleo, as you can clearly tell by my voice, if you've been watching me for a long time. I quit about 9 months ago because performance was horrendous. Performance was bad for about 6 months straight, and it really just sapped my love for the game and even want to play. Basically, this time I came back on a new account. I kind of just leveled and PvE'd with some friends and kind of recaptured my love and want to play the game. All this will be in the description too. I'll kind of have a written out mini explanation, if you will, in there, but really I just couldn't deal with it no more. And a lot of my friends were telling me like, hey man, performance has really come back up, and you should really start playing again. And so I downloaded it. I started fresh because I even got rid of the Steam. I stopped gaming for a while and all that. So I kind of had to start over, but it was pretty cool and it was easy. I've got most of my CP back and all that good stuff already. So it's been pretty fun. And I've been getting into a lot of other things that I've never even got to on other accounts, such as like PvE trials and all that good stuff. So I've had a lot of fun. Performance of PvP has been amazing. Even at the beginning of the chapter, which is pretty much unheard of from ESO. It's very rare that at the beginning of a patch, performance is good, and it was. I don't lag in Greyhost, I don't lag in Blackreach. Obviously, it's susceptible to when I'm playing. If I'm playing in prime time, obviously I can't hop in Greyhost and think that I'm not going to lag, because I will. But Blackreach has been flawless with performance, and I'm the first person to never lie about something like that, but it really has been. And it's kind of brought me back to the game slowly but surely. I'm here to stay for the foreseeable future, and I do plan on posting a lot more content. So that's pretty much it for my explanation. I don't really want to over-explain. It simply came down to this, that I quit because performance was horrendous, and ZOS is finally starting to get it right. Although the game's not balanced at all, but the game not being balanced was never my issue. It was always because performance was horrendous. But that's neither here nor there. Let's hop into why you guys are here. This is the ESO tier list. So I won't lie, another YouTuber actually gave me inspiration to do this because his was so fucking bad that I had to do my own tier list. Plus, I'm trying to get some content going, and I don't have a ton of clips yet. So definitely check out my last macro video. That was pretty much all the clips I had on this account so far. But I will work on getting more and more clips to you guys and getting you guys good builds, getting you guys good gameplay, all that good stuff that I typically bring to the channel. So let's go ahead and get started. So it looks like these are, the green ones are obviously the stand versions, and the colored ones are obviously the Magicka versions. So I have this set up into meta. Meta is the absolute best classes in the game right now. A tier is going to be really good and solid classes. B tier is going to be solid. C is going to be just average, run-of-the-mill, and dog shit is obviously going to be the worst classes in the game. So let's go ahead and get started with Magicka Dragonite. I'm just going to put it like this. Magicka Dragonite is meta. The way I look at this and the way I'm doing some of these ratings is I'm rating it off 1VX. I am factoring in sets. So if Oaken Soul makes something absolutely overpowered, which I know everyone thinks that Oaken Soul everything is overpowered, but it's really not. There are certain classes that utilize Oaken Soul way harder and way more effectively than others. Magicka Dragonite, there's builds out right now where they're just permanently in corrosive, and that makes them meta. If there was no Oaken Soul, I would definitely drop them down to around B-A-ish tier. I think Mag DKs are in a really good spot outside of the Oaken Soul. But I have to put it in meta because these perma-corrosive builds are absolutely unstoppable. And that's just the reality of it. This is Magicka Templar here. Magicka Templar is also in the meta. I'm sorry. It just is. It's the best class in the game right now, my opinion. It hits hard. It has amazing heals. It has really good defense. It's good for dueling. It's good for Xing. It's good for group play. It is all around the best class in the game. You can disagree or agree. Let me know your thoughts below. But to me, Magplar is just where it's at right now. I don't think it's broken. I just think that it is really good, and it definitely outperforms pretty much every other class. and this doesn't matter on sets. Magplar, the reason why I consider it the best class in the game is because it doesn't need amazing sets to make it good. Rallying Cry, which is a good set, but it's not an absolute carry, makes it good. Its skills like Bubble and things like that make them almost unkillable, and so that's why it went in meta. This is Magicka Sorcerer here, so I'm going to be honest, I'm going to throw Magicka Sorcerer in B tier. The reason why is because they do have really, really high mobility, but they're really, really squishy this patch. They have super high damage as well, but they seem a little lackluster this patch. It seems like they have to do some stam hybridization to really, really have a lot of damage. It's usually gone with the Savage Werewolf stuff. But Magsork just doesn't feel that good to me right now, honestly. And I actually would probably drop it down to C tier. I don't think Magicka Sorcerer is very good at all. So, Magsork mains, I feel for you right now because I know your class has pretty much always been at the top, but right now, it's not that good. Stam Nightblade. So, I'm going to put Stam Nightblade in A tier. A tier classes, just so you know, I think are in a great spot. I wish every class could be in A tier. That is my ideal where class should be. Just to make it clear, only meta to me are things that are overperforming and probably need some nerfs, or some sets just kind of need to be nerfed to make it actually good again, or actually, you know, more balanced. Stamblade seems fine right now, honestly. Like, Oaken Soul is obviously making it immensely broken with all the ganking and shit, but gankers can get killed very easily. So it's not like DKs where they can stay in corrosive and you can never kill them. If they fail the gank, they're pretty much always going to die. Cloak seems fine. I mean, it's whatever. It's always been kind of busted, but whatever. The Kalurian stuff, honestly, if you build defensively at all, you can survive it. And then if you have some damage as well, you can easily burst them. I haven't had too many problems with Nightblades lately, other than the Oaken Soul gankers, but gankers are going to be here forever, so you just got to kind of deal with it. Magblade, I'm putting in dog shit. Magblade's not in a good spot right now at all. Magblade can duel well. That's about it. It doesn't have enough group utility. Although it did get that really, really nice heal, it just doesn't have enough AoE burst to really X very well. 1v1, it has way less damage than Sorks, and it's just pretty much just as squishy. So, Magblade, I'm putting in dog shit. Sorry, Magblades. Hopefully one day. And then I think bombing got nerfed as well. So, sorry, Magblade mains, but you'll have to wait a little while longer to get a buff. Stamcrow, I'm going to put in C tier. Stamcrows just don't seem to have the burst potential this patch. They're all obviously very good as bombers, but to me, bombing doesn't make a class that great, because basically you take one set out of the game, and it's the same thing with Mag DK. You take one set out of the game and they're no longer where they are. So take this with a grain of salt. This is completely for the High Isle patch. This will move around quite a bit. I'd actually probably put Stamcrow more in B tier. Actually, I don't think it's as bad as Magsword, but sustain on Stamcrow is really, really bad. The damage just seems a little lackluster, and the mobility is not great either. Stamcrow is a good bomber though, so that's why I moved it up to B tier. I can't be a hypocrite. If I'm gonna put Mag DK in meta because of Oaken Soul, then I have to put Stamcrow up one for bombing. So now Magicka Necromancer. So this is my main on my new account. FYI, I do play Stamsork a little bit, but not very much at all. So macro, it depends, man. Macro is really set dependent right now. So me personally, obviously I play my Bomb Crow, but I also play a regular Magicka Necromancer, which I'll be releasing that build at some point in the future, so I don't want to give it away too quickly yet, but I don't run any proc sets or anything, and it's really, really good. I don't know if it's just because I know how to play it, or if Magicka Necromancer is that good, so I don't know where I want to put this. I wish I could put it in between B and A. I'm going to put it in A tier because I like where Magicka Necromancer's at right now. I don't think it needs any buffs, and I don't think it needs any nerfs. Even if Dark Convergence goes away, the build I currently use on my Macro doesn't need it. Harmony, I think, is fine. It hits hard, but it's not like hitting for 30k. I think Macro's in a really good spot. It's a good class.
I'm not going to sit here and be delusional, and because it's my main that I think it's bad, or because a lot of people don't play it that it's bad. It's not. It has amazing healing. It has a lot of group utility. It has amazing ultimates, and it has really high burst. And it's actually pretty tanky, and sustain is really good on it too. So I can't say it's busted. It's 4th of July, by the way. So if you just heard that firework, that's what that was. Happy 4th of July, by the way. Just throwing that out there because this will be posted on the 4th. I'm doing it the day before, but obviously people are doing fireworks right now. Magden is dog shit. I'm sorry, Magden's not good. It's just not. I'm sorry. Magden, it's like a shittier version of Magcro. It's like it wishes it was Magcro. Um, I play Magden, so if you guys are curious on the 3 classes I play, I'm playing Magcro, Stanblade, and Magden right now. I've tried a lot of different builds to make my Magden work, and it is rough. Oak and Soul does not do this thing that much justice. I think Magden is very bad right now. I don't think it's good in duels. It's a good healer for PvP, but that's about all I can give it, and I can't stand healing, so I'm not gonna bump it up for healing. I'm sorry, I'm not. The ultimates are okay. Um, Northern Storm got a nice little buff, so that helped it a little bit, but Magden, it just, I don't feel like it has just great self heals for an Exene build. Um, I can't put it over dog shit. I'm sorry. It's these two are the worst classes in the game to me. It just is what it is. Stamden, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in the same place as Stamcrow, and B tier. I think Stamden and Stamcrow are pretty much identical when it comes to how good they are. I think they just need a little bit more, both of them. I think Stamcrow needs a little bit more in the mobility department and sustain department, and I think Stamden needs a little bit more in terms of maybe self heals. Um, I know what you're gonna think. You're gonna say, well, but it's they have to run like 40k health to have good healing. You can't really run a 28k, 27k health Stamden and be really have good heals. That's just a reality. So I think that Stamden could just use a little more. I don't want to get too much into, talking about every little thing they could get. I think they're really solid. I just think that they're not A tier. That's just my opinion. Stam DK, Stam DK is A tier. Um, I want to put it in meta because of Oak and Soul, but I don't know why Mag DKs just seem a little worse than Stam DKs. I think it's because Stam DKs have to basically be hybrids, so true Stam DKs pretty much don't even exist anymore. So maybe that's why I'm kind of putting it in A tier. So hybrids and Mag DKs are in meta and Stam. Like if you're a true Stam DK, I'm gonna say you're fine. If you look on YouTube right now, no matter what patch it is, if you look at all the 1vx class, you look at all the 1vx videos, all the 1vx clips, Sam DK is going to be top. Like, people can X on Sam DK. It's just good. It has all the debuffs and buffs you'd want. It has good healing. It has a lot of tankiness. It has some good burst nowadays. It has a lot of pressure with their dots. A true Sam DK, I think, is just fine. It has whip now, so you have a more reliable spammable. You don't have to run Dizzy Swing. Obviously, dot builds are still smacking, so Stam DKs are A tier for me. This is Stamina Templar, so I'm going to be honest, I'll put Stam Templar in C tier. Um, I don't have a lot of good things to say about Stam Templar. I just don't think it's dog shit, if that makes sense. I think Stam Templar needs some help because Magflar is just pure meta, and Stamplar is not that great. I don't have a whole lot to say about Stamplar. I wanted to play Stamplar because it's one of those classes that I've never really played. Stamplar and Stam Blade are the 2 classes that I pretty much have never even given a thought. So this is I got nothing out of my time from playing with Stamplar. It was very boring. It was not a fun class. It didn't seem strong at all. I don't know. I personally don't think Stamplars are great. Like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Maybe I'm tripping here, and maybe I'm just really bad at Stamplar, but they're pretty much non-existent for a reason, so I'll just say it like that. And last but not least, Stamsork. So, as everyone knows, Stamsork was my main for the longest. When I played on PlayStation, it was my main for a long time when I played on PC even. I'm a 5-star on PlayStation. I've been on PC now for a little over, I think, a year and a half now. Maybe 2 years ish, actually. A little over 2 years, maybe. Anyway, Stam Sork is my OG class, man. It really is. And it hurts me to say it, but Stam Sork is meta. Pure meta. Stam Sork is fucking cancer right now. Now, it's kind of in the same boat as Mag DK. It's really one skill, maybe two skills, and one set that is making it AIDS. So I was watching a stream on Purple Slushy, and he got hit with a 50k Savage Werewolf twice. Like, twice back to back. Savage Werewolf, Bow Sorks, Oaken Soul, I mean, it's taking over the game right now. It's definitely second in the meta. I think it's the second best class in the game right now because, and I know you guys have to know, if you've been hit by a Bow Sork, one light attack, and you're at like 60% with 30k health. You get hit with two light attacks, you're at like 20% health. Stam Sorks are ridiculous right now. The proc builds have always been a problem on Stam Sork. The problem is that without procs, they're not good at all. So everyone kind of just runs to procs. The moment, procs get good on them again. I'm a OG Stam Sork. I play with no procs, so I hate that playstyle. And maybe I'm a little biased by putting Stam Sork in meta because I'm disgusted at what I see on the Stam Sork meta right now. And I mean disgusted with what I'm seeing. Trial by Fire or Way of Fire, whatever it's called. Savage Werewolf. Off the Serpent, the trial set that like increases your pen like crazy. I mean, these Stam Sorks are fucking out of control. And then it's like when the Bow Sorks, when they're playing cowardly, which, let's be real, 99% of them do, they can just back up, light attack, back up, light attack, back up, light attack, and you're just dead. Them daggers, smack. I mean, then a lot of them are using Toxic Barrage. I mean, it's a whole new world out there for Stam Sork, but I hate where Stam Sork is right now. They just buffed Crystal Weapon, but they made a mistake. Stam Sork needs help defensively. Stam Sork's offense was fine before this patch, before the Savage Werewolf shit. Stam Sork had amazing offense and mobility. It needs help defensively. Now, should it be tanky like DK and all that other shit? Obviously not. I think if it was similar tankiness to even like a Stamden or something like that, I think I'd be cool with it. If they had a source of maybe minor protection or something like that, I think it would make it a lot more viable. But if you nerf some of its offensive capabilities, especially nerfing a lot of these proc sets, I think Stam Sork would be in a really good place, like it has been in the past. I guess not anytime recently because of all these proc sets, but nonetheless, you get my point. This is my tier list, guys. I feel like it's pretty balanced. Obviously, 3-3, 2-2-2. I kept it realistic. My main, the two classes I played, are in meta and A tier. My main macro, obviously, I think is an A tier. I felt like this is the most reasonable tier list there is. Obviously, you could be nitpicky and put, if you're Magblade main, you could put it in C tier if you're a fucking animal at it. If you're a Magdin main and you're shitting on people, you could probably throw it in B tier. This is not based on player skill level because you can play a dog shit class and make it look amazing because you're that good of a player. And this does not mean that because you play meta, you're a shit player. Now, a lot of these people playing meta are bad players, and a lot of typical players that hop the meta every patch. We all know who we're talking about. These are the meta classes, like I said, are just the easiest ones to play currently, based on sets and things like that. Now, if you're playing legit Mag DK, no procs or no Oaken Soul, no perma-corrosive builds, salute to you. You probably would go down to being A tier. Magplar, I still think it's meta regardless of what it's really running, unless you're running some bullshit. And Stam Sork, if you're no proc in it, you'd probably go down to C or B tier as well. You could be real nitpicky with this, but I think this is pretty solid, pretty reasonable, pretty logical here. Let me know like I said, what you guys thought. Also, feel free to ask me any questions about anything I plan to post. Definitely subscribe, like the video, join my membership program if you want to help support the channel. Join my Discord. That link will be down below. It'll be in the pinned comment. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys have a good 4th. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I'm going to work on getting clips for you guys and getting a bunch of new content out rolling for you guys. It's glad to be back. Like I said, I was Khyleo before. I'm not going to even sit here and try to hide that. New name is Khysage. You could just call me Kai. It keeps it consistent. It's also part of my real name in real life, so it just makes it real easy. But yeah, you guys enjoy your holiday weekend. You guys have a good week, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.